In the wake of the
Good afternoon, good morning, and of course, good evening. Wherever you are in Monrovia, outside of Monrovia, getting us in part of Liberia, and of course, those of you in the diaspora, I'm blaming live in your cars, in your living rooms, and of course, on your dinner table, depending on your time. Though in Australia, I know they are midnight people move. And those in the Americas, they are watching us live now. Those in Asia, yeah, they seem as the Australian, man. The name is Joe Nutra Wonder, and of course, I'm here alongside my usual co-host.
Yeah, Jefferson Weir.
Okay, Jeff and I here this afternoon, and we got a lot in store for you. Better take a few bars of our team song, then we'll give you our lineup for the day. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back to the all-important program. And of course, like I said, the name is Joe Wonder alongside that of Jeff. Jeff is here. Jeff Weir, not the relative of President Weir, but he's yeah. We got to always make that disclaimer before people say, "Oh, President Weir got brother on the radio." So we want to make that disclaimer before people start to say that ABC have planted one of the Weirs, in the head to push the president agenda. So
yeah, we have to make it clear so that people can know.
We have to make that disclaimer every time we sit here. Okay, so today we have a lot on our plate. Jeff will be starting with what? The Ghanaian president speech at the
78th session of the UNGA.
Yeah, he spoke precisely on something very important that have to do with reparation for Africa, and of which come December or November of this year, there will be a big conference up in Ghana, where all stakeholders, all African countries that were affected by this slave trade, to go there and decide, because they said money alone is not sufficient, because you misuse and you use our people to build your nation. So we need more than physical catch. So we'll be diving into his speech. It's 16 minutes, but we'll listen to it and dissect it later. Then, of course, Oscar Miller will join us through his aspiring be joined by way of phone. And come at 5 o'clock, we'll be going out to the Capitol building to talk to
District 4 representative.
That's right. Russell Lane, Swako Dennis. She's key about this issue that had to do with Jessica Lloyd and of course Lucas Riches. So she, she's an advocate, so she got her side of the story. So when I talked to her, she said, "Look, I'm actually passionate about it." And if you notice something about this Jessica issue, the Speaker of the House of Representatives also got his say into this thing. So it means that the Capitol building got some interest into this story. So we thought to just go to them there and find out. Yeah.
The fact that the victim is a Liberian, and then
so all the other victims are not being Liberian.
Granted, no, and then the committer of the crime is an American, a foreigner.
Okay.
So it raises concern.
So quickly, that's what we'll do before we can go to our main topic for the day. Let's go straight on to the line to see whether we can talk to Oscar Miller. Oscar Miller is on the line from somewhere in Monrovia. Oscar, it's our pleasure to have you this afternoon on the ABC Hard Talk program. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ABC family, Mama Labero, and to be precise, please love people of Division number 13.
Okay, good. We thought to call you up to because we heard a lot of things about you. You're one of the youngest aspiring in the game, and our worry too from this end has always been being a victim of the pimping rider. What plans you got for them, you know, that we can start the discussion. What plans you got for Pimpin' Rally, just in case you're opportune to be one of those selected or elected officials of our country?
Yeah. All right, thanks. What plan I have a motorcycle is the first more thing to get them back together, to reconcile, carry on reconciliation, and the best strategy for the motorcycle now is to get two lawyers, one male and one female, that will be there to govern them in district number 13 when again working district 13, definitely working the entire country. Because we understand on the day that for every accident that happens, even the motorcycle is right or wrong, when they get out of the depot, Devin will tell me, say, oh yeah, drive you can go. But the motorcycle will be me here.
Okay.
So we understand, yeah, I've been difficult. We did our
But
case
Oscar,
studies, so,
like I
yeah.
indicated earlier, before my colleague can come in, I have 4 victims to the guys on numerous occasions. So don't you think the police right?
Yeah, no, yeah. You know, again, because of lack of trust. So this time around, when the motorcycle organization have their own lawyer, when an accident happen, before they can call the insurance company, definitely that a lawyer be here to send for them. So it will definitely help, and it will create job opportunity. We get a lot of lawyer coming up. So what we plan is that to get one male lawyer and one female lawyer to govern the motorcycle in the 13. When the 13, definitely we can start all the in the entire library work. Then we'll get a digital platform for all those that we catch up on it. So when there's an accident happening, you see the motorcycle, he ain't escaping. You know, when you call law and definitely to go at the devil and everything be on course. We only did that. They are not protected. So for every accident that happens, they may escape. And we want those things to be happening. So that's a good plan for most. And at the same time, their fund will be generating, will be able to help them give them a loan, but buy them back to run and pay.
Oscar,
yeah.
So you know, I want to ask you this specific question. You are contesting in District 13 for the representative seat, and you specific. In fact, your what I've seen is that your entire interest is mostly about the motorcyclists in your district. Now, we are seeing motorcyclists in Monrovia, in fact, in the entire country, how they ride in the various streets in communities as well. I mean, what have you done when it comes to creating workshops, awareness, trainings for these guys before you even thought about coming to, going to the House of Representatives, the House of Elders?
All right. Anyway, once again, thanks. What somebody doing being engaging and seeing somebody who came from a motorcycle background, someone who wants to be there to show beggar rest in the port, definitely a speak volume. If I am going to tell German, what brought me here today is sincerity, because our homo, true respect. Definitely, they understand. So we've been engaging there. We've been having series of meetings. On Thursday, I have warrior definitely I'll be lying to you, but I've been engaging them. As you see me, you see yourself, and to credit that, I mean, not, only going there to represent the motorcyclists. If you check on platform, you see the fight against illegal substance or better leadership. And definitely we are moving. But if I cannot tell you in 100 days, I'll definitely make this impossible to tell you. Now I'll be lying to you. But we've been working, we've been engaging gradually. So as they see me, oh yeah, they see that on. And you understand that for every election right now in Liberia, they all use the motorcycle. So this time around, it can happen. I used to ride by president. I'm a supervisor at Corner Station. So I'm a to another level. If Oscar can do it at the age of 10, David they can do it. Oscar is not only emphasizing on the motorcycle alone. Oscar is the only candidate in the telling that they're being mega swell during the cleanest. So we can see giving them mega glasses to help them to see. So we not only emphasize on a motorcycle alone. We are there to help the district and the mega there going all around one of us, our own son. So bro, definitely speak volume when you check it on center on the 25th, Oscar launched August 25th, and the crowd put up. It was the second higher class in the district. So definitely a sweet volume. You see more parents coming in. Oh, our son. So bro, we are getting there.
Yeah, Oscar. The thing is that when you kept talking about the interest of the motorcyclists, I
Yeah.
think one fundamental thing that need to be brought to book had to do with the weekly or daily or monthly, symposium, or better still, seminar. Because I noticed a lot of motorcyclists just jump in the morning, jump on top of a motorcycle. They don't even understand the traffic rules, the traffic law, when it's supposed to take overtake, when it's supposed to, which side is supposed to ride on. Everything from their mouth is, oh, you think that you are not on the street, eh? They're causing somebody's murder. Don't you think you should lay more emphasis to work alongside with the police to open, classroom for these guys to really learn about the traffic rules?
Oh yeah, Tim. We are working on that. We are working with the community leader and the police. I would say we are putting together. If it can work in the setting, definitely it will definitely work in the other district. So we are putting Mama Kenzie into the place. Not only the most I used to play football. You understand when you are playing football, say you serious. So we are there, encouraging people, but it's not bit by bit, small. So we are getting there, and I will say this clear and category clear. Even I win or I'm not win, and my own win will definitely we will make sure that those dreams, those ideas come true.
So
Yeah.
finally, before we let you go, uh, the issue again, I'm specific, and it's good that we're talking about the motorcyclists, right? So,
Mm.
uh, I mean, the issue of identity. More in
Yeah.
other countries like Uganda, I've seen motorcyclists are, I mean, they are well organized. You see them in their uniforms. Some of them have their jackets, the reflected jackets that reflector on them. What are some of those basic things you're going to do when you, if elected as representative of District 13? What are some of those things you're going to do when it comes to the identity of motorcyclists? Because anybody can just go anywhere and say, I'm from this community. They will just go and carry, they just buy bike and get on the street, start running from one point to another with no specific, location. Say, I'm okay, we know the person from here.
All right. This is why for every area I go, I said different approach, different result. It's very easy. From our elders say, I told you about the digital platform. If we have a digital platform, when or brother say, say that even digital 13 or digital 12. When you 13, they just even show your ID card and you scan it on the internet, definitely you know that, oh yeah, they made from there and it's valid. So, I want to say, the strategy we are going to play is a digital platform that will be able to help the motorcycle to work in line with the two lawyers. So for everything that happens straight, if accident happen, they'll definitely call a lawyer, while lawyer call the insurance company, and they'll be able to put everything on control. So we try to get rid of or accident happen, seeing the motorcycle rare, then even escaping it happen. Obviously. So we want to get rid of it. You go to chat, even the man rare or in wrong in Pickup Street, was I running behind? Then what happened? Or accident happen. So we try to contact to tell them, oh, gentlemen, there's a law. Let work it way, let work that way. So when they are paying their dues, rightfully, give me the right time, it will happen. But we all understand. You need to look at the motorcycle side, but look on the other side. When isn't happening, he wrong. Even in resident, definitely all day he wrong. So we have to change that dimension. See?
Okay, finally, from my end, you want to finalize your own?
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's just saying it is another thing. Implementing what you've said is another thing. We just hope. In fact, we wish you well. Hope that when you get there, you will all these things you're saying, because you're on record. All these things you're saying, we will start to checkmate you tomorrow.
Yeah, again, and like as we take leave of you, so perhaps we didn't ask you something that you really had on mind when we gave you this call, and to tell us before we take leave of you, what is it that you really had on mind that we didn't ask that question of?
Yeah, all right. One of the key things I have in mind is to tell our librarian of a peace. Anybody who win is our leader. Librarian all we have. We cannot we made people for so long. So please, If you need an party, you have made launching real meal. Like, oh, let keep a peace, let maintain a peace. Like, oh, how we get a long way to go. And my own win is out here, and nothing, it go to the entire country. Please don't vote someone we know that source of income. Don't vote somebody that you know that corridor, you never have bad corridor, has stigma in the country, eating of corruption, stay reasonable by losing stay reasonable and voting them. You are harming yourself. Tomorrow you say you are coming to the district or to the community. You go to youth, you go to parents. Don't vote on cat. Force somebody who will be able to represent you. Like all we have. And after election, we'll say see one another. Let's keep a peace, let's maintain a peace.
Okay. We want to say thank you very much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to really talk to us, from your office this afternoon.
All right. Thank you.
That's the voice of Oscar Miller. He's there in District 13, eh? District 13.
Yeah, District 13. And that district is represented by Edward Flomo. Edward Papi Flomo.
Yeah, that's right. I saw his beautiful, billboards when you went
on the side. Yeah, he's on the ruling party's ticket. He's
right. Yeah. Okay, let's take a quick on the music. Then we'll come back, of course, the voice of President Akufo Addo Dankwa. We'll be listening to him. It's a recording, actually, it's not live. So let's take a brief on this music.
It's narrow. Teeth and tongue can fret, but they can still eat fish and cookies together. You from the other side, I on this side, we can still dance together. Let's come together, maintain the peace. Liberia is all we have. Oh. Yeah. Ay babu popole, la gua mon diemo. Ay babu popole, la gua mon diemo.
Of course, this is our music until the 10th of October.
We should take that time.
We got 19 more days to our election. And we thought to make you to understand that this is the only country we have.
Mama,
if you're thinking Liberia, even if you're on your King Utero drink Liberia. Because with all Liberia, you are nobody. Start hitting your friend. All right, so let's bring down the music, Jeff, and let's see what we can, because the time is actually fast running with us.
Yeah.
So, and let's go quickly to New York this afternoon. Yeah, somebody will ask about why you can't do your president own. Remember, all of the platforms in Liberia have taken onto the president. Liberia is not an island of our own. We are part of the international, community. So we need to showcase this. In fact, by the way, he is the current president of ECOWAS, the Ghanaian president. So we thought to go with our African solidarity, to talk to, to listen to what he had to say in representing, because he didn't speak for Ghana. Okay. If you listen to his comment, he didn't speak for Ghana. He spoke for the entire Africa, indicating that I'm trying to see. I misplaced the video. Let me go back to it. Indicating that what is happening is okay. There we go. Oh, do I have it? I look that I miss it all.
Yeah, I wish I listened to it last night, because if I was still here all through last night.
Oh, yeah, didn't listen
to it.
Yeah,
no, we listened to, because we were after the news of President Weah. So we stayed all through last night up to 12 a.m.
Okay.
After that, then we had to do the stories.
And by the way, I spoke with our CEO from the States. He said, I was checking you guys. I said, yes, sir, Chief. Thank you. I said,
and we even I mean,
you spoke with him?
No, the audience. We carry live.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
we carry live.
It was on the radio.
About our CEO.
No, we did not. We did not have any conversation with him.
Oh, okay.
We were just here, packaging.
Right.
Yeah, for the early morning news.
Okay.
And it was brilliant, at least. Yeah. So let's see if we can get.
Okay. This is what I was looking for.
The Ghanaian president.
Yeah, the Ghanaian president. So. To our audience out there, this is what we have for you. Let's listen to this one. You got too many here. Another one here they call it. It says here tell African country to stop begging. Even a strong water president. But let's go to him. Let's go to him now. He's just there on the other side of the device. Let's listen to President Akufo-Addo, Dankwa Addo in.
The Assembly will hear an address by His
Yeah, you want to increase
Excellency
the volume on your phone?
Yeah, I will definitely do.
Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana. I request protocol to escort His Excellency. On behalf of the General Assembly, I have the honor to welcome to the United Nations His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, President of the Republic of Ghana, and invite him to address the Assembly.
Mr. President, I congratulate you warmly on your assumption of office as President of the General Assembly, the Assembly of Humanity, and wish you well in the management of our affairs. I congratulate also the Secretary General on his unanimous re-election for a second term. The common agenda that he has outlined provides us with a powerful framework within which to tackle effectively global issues in these first decades of the 21st century. The presence here in New York of 102 leaders of nations in this 76th session tells us of our resolve to return the world to normalcy. We're not there yet, but we're making considerable progress. Back in 2017, when I made my first appearance at the General Assembly as the newly elected president of Ghana, I said neither Ghana nor Africa wanted to be scars on anybody's conscience. I said we want to build economies that are not dependent on charity and handouts, because long and bitter experiences have taught us that no matter how generous the charity, we would remain poor. Between 2017 to 2020, Ghana recorded an average growth rate of 7%, amongst the highest in the world. In 2020, when the global economy in sub-Saharan Africa has contracted by 3.5% and 2.1% respectively, Ghana was one of the few countries that produced a positive growth rate. This is a testament to our determination to build a Ghana beyond aid. 1 year on, although infection rates and deaths are relatively lower in the region, the virus's impact on economies and livelihoods has been damaging. The latest numbers from the African Development Bank indicate that African economies, which contracted by 2.1% in 2020, are yet to return to pre-pandemic levels. More than 30 million Africans fell into extreme poverty in 2020, and nearly 40 million could do so in 2021. The social impact has been devastating. Over 103 million African jobs have been lost. Women, who account for 40% of total employment, have been most hard hit. So, President, we're listening to the scientists. It is evident that vaccination is the way to protect populations and revitalize societies. To vaccinate 70% in the shortest possible time, as is being done elsewhere in the world, means some 900 million Africans have to be vaccinated. The Afro-Exim Bank structuring of the Africa Vaccine Acquisition Task Force $2 billion acquisition of 400 million Johnson & Johnson vaccines is part of the historic African Union's COVID-19 vaccine development and access strategy. It is a critical milestone in our collective fight against the pandemic, in a continent suffering the worst brunt of vaccine nationalism. The Africa Vaccine Acquisition Task Force vaccine program, partly manufactured in South Africa, is the single largest and most far-reaching trade transaction since the entry into force of the African Continental Free Trade Area in January this year. It is eloquent testimony to the benefits of domestic production and pooled procurement in Africa as envisaged by the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement. Ghana agrees with the call of the Rome Declaration of Global Health for voluntary licensing and technology transfers to boost vaccine production. The African Union is working with WHO, WTO, and other global partners to expand its vaccine manufacturing and deployment. We in Ghana have so far received 5 million doses, which have been administered to frontline health workers and those classified as being most at risk. 5 million is not a figure to be sneered at, particularly when we consider the situation in many other African countries. We're grateful that our efforts in the management of the pandemic and vaccine distribution have been recognized, and we have received these amounts so far. We're still hoping to vaccinate 20 million of our people by the end of the year. One unfortunate development appears to be the recent measures on entry into some countries in Europe, which suggests that Covishield, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine manufactured in India, is not recognized by these countries. What is intriguing is the fact that this vaccine was donated to African countries through the COVAX facility. The use of vaccines as a tool for immigration control will be a truly retrogressive step. Mr. President, the last time there was such an upheaval in the world was during the Second World War, which led to the establishment of a new world order. This organization, the United Nations, and the other Bretton Woods institutions were created to maintain international peace and security, help rebuild the shattered post-war economy, and promote global economic cooperation. Even before the pandemic outbreak, many had concluded that the current structure of global economic cooperation, designed some 77 years ago, has proven inadequate to finance infrastructure and economic transformation in developing countries. Given the incapacity of the global financial system to produce the necessary outcomes to finance sustainable development, we need a constructive review. COVID-19 provides a great chance to rethink global economic cooperation based on the principles of mutuality, equity, sustainability, and collective prosperity envisaged by the SDGs. There is no question but that if the famous gathering in San Francisco was to take place today, it would be a significantly different United Nations charter that would be written. In much the same way, a World Bank or IMF or WHO that is born today would be radically different institutions from those that were set up after the World War, as many of the countries in today's world, especially in Africa and the Caribbean, were not present in San Francisco. The pandemic has also shown us that the great advances in science and technology notwithstanding, we still have a lot to learn and discover about the human body and about life. Thus far, in spite of the grisly predictions of dead bodies littering the streets of Africa, and in spite of not having as much access to vaccine as the developed world, Africa seems mercifully to have escaped the worst of the COVID death rates. And for that, we thank God. Ghana wants to share a few thoughts which we believe should form the basis for the new global cooperation. Firstly, we need to strengthen the funding of the existing global health organizations. This must include a greater, more predictable base of multilateral funding for WHO and regional centers of disease controls, which play the central roles in global health security. It will require dedicating an additional 1% of GDP to funding global health. This is an investment in the global public goal, not aid. Secondly, we must develop more resilient finances to build back better and for future preparedness. Across the African continent, revenues have decreased by as much as 150 billion United States dollars as economies are still reeling from the economic impact of the pandemic. African governments have already spent scarce reserves fighting the pandemic and providing social protection to millions of affected households. Ghana has been advocating that innovative financing must also address structural challenges beyond responding to immediate fiscal needs by providing mechanisms to facilitate investments in health infrastructure, technology, the environment, and people that would bolster resilience and equitable recovery. The IMF's unprecedented $650 billion and ensure fast-track financial support to build back better and prepare for future pandemics. For instance, the key to the G20's effectiveness is that it achieves now more than ever. We must defend democracy, constitutional rule, and human rights in the world. In the last 24 months, we've witnessed assaults on democracy around the world, sometimes even in developed countries where we had assumed that a consensus on the democratic form of governance had been established. Mr. President, in West Africa, recent events in Mali and Guinea have undermined democratic governance in our region. ECOWAS, the regional body whose authority I have the honor to be the current chair, is unreservedly committed to maintaining democratic governance in the ECOWAS community. That is why both Guinea and Mali, foundation members of the community, have been suspended from its organization pending the restoration of democratic governance. We welcome the support of the United Nations for the measures taken. ECOWAS has given Guinea 6 months to do so and requested the immediate release of President Alpha Conde. On my visit to Conakry last Friday, the military leaders indicated their willingness to see to his imminent release, and it is our hope that they will keep to their word. The authority has also made it clear to the military government in Mali that it is not prepared to negotiate an extension to the February deadline for the holding of democratic elections, as the essential steps to be taken can, with political will, be effected within the ECOWAS-sanctioned timetable. It is better that a government with a democratic mandate be in place as soon as possible to implement the necessary reforms for the future stability and growth of Mali, thereby enhancing capacity for the all-important fight against terrorism in Mali and in the wider Sahel. We in Ghana highly resolve that we will continue to defend democracy and constitutional rule and uphold human rights. We shall work to strengthen the institutions that support democracy in our country and in our region. We shall continue to support the United Nations and other international organizations to help remind us that indeed, no man is an island entire of itself. I thank you for your attention.
Okay, so that was the voice of the current ECOWAS chairman. We thought to, give a regional balance, meaning that he had the sub-regional, group now. We just thought that you should listen, and we do the listening to them. We dissect it together. So, Oscar, listening to, see me calling you Oscar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, the same thing. We are listening to the current chairperson of ECOWAS. There are a few things that I jotted down here.
Mm-hmm.
The first word that I grabbed from him was Africa should not remain a sky on anybody's conscience. You're talking about the slave,
Mm-hmm.
something, and the boring attitude of Africans. If you notice when Madame Saleh was here, she went for debt waiver. How come we got into what they call HIPIC, highly indebted, poor nations, called HIPIC, HIPA. So now President Weah is there now. Before she left another chunk of debt there. President Wyatt then came to, it been added up. So we are seeing now that he is seeing from that perspective that our interaction should not only be, I'm always show my hand to you, to take.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, I have what it takes to make you who you are. And by the way, we Africans have made the international world, I would say, the Americas, the Europe, and everywhere you can go. They come back here. If you do your statistic, or better say research on the African continent, what you see here is 99%, I would say, of what is needed in the West to continue with your high-tech activities, you find it right here in Africa. But yet you and I are still poor. We're fighting, going through the Mediterranean Sea and dying on a daily basis. Pregnant women dying there, babies are dying,
Oh yeah.
and the legs. You know the story, and I know the story, especially around the Lampedusa area. They're not far from Libya and that of Morocco and other places there. People are dying, taking the dangerous journey. So I think that that makes a sense a lot. But let me give you a chance to come into, because I saw you writing equally.
Yeah, I just dotted a few points down. One thing I captured was he talked about building an economy
Mhm.
that would not depend on charity.
Thank you. And to even include that,
Mhm.
he said no matter how general the charity may be, it has its own reward,
Yeah.
which is
So-
true.
Mhm. So Africa being, a very rich continent in the world with all the natural resources. If you look at Africa, you will notice that the timber, the rubber, the
Mhm.
gold, the diamonds are all from here. Raw materials leave from Africa and go to the West.
And in fact, to just
And-
add up to what you're saying,
Mhm.
look at the likes of Lamco.
Yes, those companies that were
Before
here in Liberia.
I was born, I would say Lamco been digging up until I became man,
Mhm.
and I'm at this stage and age in life. You got meters still there, still digging up. So you know what it meant if I thought we have the facility
Mhm. And I want
to turn the raw material to finished products. Don't you think we would have been number one in terms of development?
it just reminded me of what former Libyan president, peace be unto his ashes,
Yeah, Muammar Gaddafi.
Muammar Gaddafi,
Mm,
yearned for what he was fighting for.
right.
He wanted to see,
A united
an
Africa.
Africa
Yeah.
that will hold together,
Mhm.
an Africa where the people from the West will come
Yeah,
and they will back us
that's right.
instead of the West going, the Africans going to the West.
yeah, to beg.
So he wanted this Africa to see a very united Africa that will hold together.
Mm.
A one Africa that will just use just a single currency,
Mm.
so that if, for example, we were if for example we use for example Liberian dollar, everywhere you go in any part of Africa, the Liberian dollar currency
Yeah,
would have been recognized
right.
around the
In
world.
fact, they were fighting for one currency.
That was
As
it.
you speak, the Red Nine in West African
So
Basin.
this is just an emulation.
Mhm.
What the Ghanaian president said, building Africa, an economy that will just depend on, because if you look at Africa now, it is true that we are depending on charity.
So now, then let ask ourselves the question: Why we kill Gaddafi?
So
Why we kill Gaddafi? If
So-
you preaching this kind of gospel today to the United
Yeah.
Nations, if you're preaching such gospel because you heard in one of the regional grouping
Mhm.
that you're talking about economy that will be built and you're not depending on charity any longer because charity got your own reward.
yes,
So why then you people sat there, Gaddafi was killed?
because, and this is the thing, Africa is rich in such that the West will come with they will come in the name of investing into the economy.
Right.
But when it come, what they are bringing, when they bring the fund, for example, the cash they will bring to
Mhm.
invest, when they will bring people that will come and collect those same cash
The
and take them back.
quote unquote expert.
Yes.
They're being expert.
So they will say, okay, these are expatriates.
yeah,
So the expatriate will come
and get an expatriate
and
pay.
get the exact pay that the Africans, typical Africans, Liberians, or
Mhm.
Africans in general,
Right.
who should be the beneficiaries,
Mhm.
they would not benefit from that particular investment.
And not only that, besides that investment, they come in, we go in for grant or for loan.
For loan.
For loan. Those loans are accompanied by those quote unquote experts
Yes.
that come back
Uh-huh.
and get a fabulous, office space here, a better living quarter,
Mhm.
and make sure that that money, is taken back to your home because they're going to give you a fabulous salary, some $30,000 or $40,000 a month out of the 50 million or 20 million you got. You understand?
And this is why I frown when somebody I saw a Facebook post where some under the in the comment section, and somebody was criticizing the jetty rubber
Mhm.
or plant in Bone County.
Right. Yeah.
Right?
Lower
Lower
bunk.
bunk.
Yeah. Lower bunk.
Yeah. So this is my thing. Firestone has stayed in Liberia since 1926.
They get him 100 years.
Firestone came to Liberia. Liberia was still buying tires.
Thank you.
Even
still
rubber
buying tires
dishes.
now. And still buying tires. Even balloon.
Balloon.
Or condom. Who can't
There
produce
was
it.
no factory
Mhm.
in Liberia or any part of Africa, even if not Liberia,
Mhm.
but in the West region,
Right.
to say, okay, this is where we'll put this factory. After we get the rubber, we will not take the rubber to the West, but we will, process the rubber here and produce computers. We will produce chairs.
Mhm.
We will produce these things for you people. It did not happen.
Yeah, but guess what? Next to Ivory Coast, have you are seeing the rubber dishes from Ivory Coast? You are seeing the big pan, the buckets,
Yeah,
all produced in Ivory Coast
in Africa.
from their very rubber.
Yes.
But because of the Liberians' mentality, if our forefather were people who have vision,
Mhm,
Liberia would have been a place where people troop
mhm.
to take finished product from here to export it.
So African leaders back then who were around by that time,
Yeah.
I don't know whether they did not see the value, they did not see, they didn't come to the understanding that the fact that Firestone is in Liberia, it is in West Africa, it's in Africa.
Mm.
They were sitting there. Firestone was, taking the rubbers, the minerals, and other things out, meaning the rubbers out. The companies that were here, the minerals companies that were here, Lamco,
Mm.
they were here
Yeah.
taking the minerals from this country,
Right.
taking it to the West.
Mm.
And our leaders, our African leaders, were still here
Mm.
whining and dining
Yeah.
with those people.
Mm.
They did not think about the future. They did not think about an Africa where the children that will come, they will have no reason to run to the West for shelter. They will
No.
have no reason for running to the West for charity.
I
Only
will say this to you.
Gaddafi.
Yeah, I will say this to you. Their interest as African, their interest have been, okay, what you got for us?
That's it.
Okay, signature fee,
Yes.
$500,000 or $1 million
Mhm.
before you can even see the president to put his signature on that document
Yes.
to ratify the whole, whatever it is deal.
Mhm.
All right. How they will get the men children outside of Africa to go to good school, whereas no schools. It took Madame Salih to sit with the what do you call it, the Firestone board to tell them,
Mhm.
how can you be taking millions and trillions of dollars from our country and my people who serve at the rubber plantation, they live in mud houses.
Yeah. Yeah, but then.
It was there and then
Mhm.
those things change. So you want to tell me what wrong with Totma? What wrong with Toba?
They didn't do anything.
Their eyes were not open to see the reality. And my information is, when Lamco came, Lamco wanted to pave a dual carriage road from Nima straight up to Monrovia. These people, our leader at the time, told Lamco in the face, what are you talking about? The country people, what you think they get news for they even get car that you want to build road here? To tell you how myopic our leader were. They wrote they only stopped the quota from Yekepa to Camfo. And in fact, the Camfo where the liberal were living, up to now, Camfo stayed the same. After taking trillions and billions of dollars from this country. Lamco still, Campo still the same.
Yeah.
As we speak.
Then
Hmm?
imagine you go. I mean, if you just go to Bong Mines now,
Thank you.
you will imagine, and you start to wonder, but so all along, what were these people doing?
Mm.
The leaders of this country,
Very
what
good
were
question.
they doing
What were they doing?
when they had all these companies? So you see today, I will limit it to Liberia now. You see today in Liberia now,
Mm.
Ghana has come.
Yeah,
Ghana has grown.
that's right.
The population of Ghana has grown.
Yeah,
The economy is booming.
yeah,
Liberia is still struggling.
that's right.
Sierra Leone, who just came,
Hmm.
Nigeria, who just came,
Yeah.
these people are progressing.
You've been a
Liberia,
older
who
brother, a
who
older
is
brother
the oldest?
who
who
held their
pampered?
hands. Who held their hands? Who held their hands? Ghana, what Ghana produced? Ghana got oil. Ghana got diamond and
Cocoa.
gold.
Yeah.
Cocoa.
Yeah.
Eh?
Mhm.
Go and see Ghana today. Ghana got overhead bridges that just a snake on
Yeah.
top of one another.
Yeah.
Do we have one in Liberia?
You see,
We produce, look at the biggest diamond that will form in this place, Bapolo. We ever hear about it today?
They
And we
just-
heard about another
they were just-
another diamond, rush again. I'm hearing
in
that
reverses,
the whole river is sitting on top of diamond. But local river you can't ever access river with a
Yeah.
low car. You can't even go there when you ring. Can you imagine what Liberia did to
so it is.
herself?
It is now that, but it's a
So
good thing.
should we take Ghana
It is
to
a
go
good
to the
thing
world stage to go and talk about our
when we
plight?
had Kwame Nkrumah around
Yeah.
here.
Should we take
Who
Ghana to do
could
it?
not talk the
No, Kwame Nkrumah was fighting for one Africa. That one led to even is overthrown.
okay, yeah.
How can he die in Guinea? You were talking about one Africa.
Look.
But the thing had been precisely that Liberia, what you and I are open to see. This country had not been good to herself. This nation
is-
called Liberia had
it is
never been
just
good to herself.
Quite recently that we are now seeing companies coming and then sending
Mm.
or Liberians outside
Yeah.
for training.
Mm-hmm.
It is now.
So somebody now trying to install the integrity of Oseti. He doing more than his best.
Look,
He doing more than his
if
best.
anybody that
He opened a steel factory.
I was like, but why would this guy?
He opened a rubber factory. Then you got problem with that?
Then you want to
I
complain?
don't know.
The
Firestone been there for rocket
factory,
ages.
you gonna be? I mean, you have the materials and you process them right
Right
in
here.
this country.
Right here.
So
Hmm?
the money you are used to spend for on a motorbike tire,
That's right.
you will not spend
been
that money
produced right
again
here.
because it's been produced right in Liberia.
Aren't we happy?
You're not going to Africa to get rubber t-shirts from there again.
This is the man who says, I am Indian by paper,
Yeah.
but I'm Liberian by blood.
Mhm.
Seti, that's what he said.
Oh yeah. Oh, but yeah.
That's what he said. And I
So
caught.
that I get one,
He said, I'm
ju-
Indian by paper.
There's someone
but I'm Liberian by blood.
the thing that man doing and I'm free. He won't run for president. Are you kidding me? Somebody, I mean, the man. Who
That
does
tells you that Liberian got no vision.
the man is investing.
Even if the man produced substandard material, the idea,
It is
somebody had thought about it. How many Liberian so-called millionaires,
Imagine
so-called millionaires guys in the country ever
They are
thought about
here.
producing even paper?
the money people are here.
But they all,
Leaders
they-
have come.
They all got their estates in America,
They've gone.
all over Africa. The money all over
Look.
there, and Liberia is still gravitating.
Why
in-
would you
in-
have
in- in
benefit?
abject
Why would you have
poverty.
benefited from Firestone,
I'm telling you.
from Lamco,
Mm,
long time ago?
yeah.
It is now that we benefiting at least from
Semblance of it.
ArcelorMittal.
Semblance of it.
Do you know now that what Jetty is doing? I mean, you know that it will attract other African nations
Yeah.
to Liberia.
Yeah. The largest rubber plantation at the time.
Yes, could
Next-
not do.
Yeah. Malaysia were next to us.
Imagine.
But today Malaysia are overtaking us. In producing rubber. But yet Liberia can't even produce condom. We got to import
So
condom in a pack. You
so
know, if you want to use condom, we got to go buy in the supermarket.
This
And
country,
when you look on it, made in this place, made in that place. But nothing is ever made in Liberia.
our leaders have just been self-centered, greedy.
Greeded. That's what Liberia has been.
They've just been greedy.
The greed had destroyed the place. So now it's taking a young Akufo-Addo who came just yesterday to advocate on our behalf as
And
Africans.
this is what African
at-
leaders
at the world level.
should be doing.
It's a shame.
This is what African leaders should
It's
be
the
doing.
biggest shame I've ever
Stop
seen.
depending on the West all the time.
That's right. Listen to what the man said. He said you have become the scars on the conscience of somebody now. But he said you keep begging every minute you're running for donut money, and when the donut money do come, what development is even the donut money? The money is left there for the unborn generation to pay.
Yeah, but because
this is what happened to us.
The people who are here did not know that, they not even have the interest. They not have interest in sending Africans out there.
That's right.
That will go and learn and come back. That when the funds come to Africa, when the grants come to Africa, Africans will be the one to benefit.
Okay.
They were not thinking.
They were not thinking at all. So let's see whether we can engage the public. Now the land there quickly and see whether we can engage the public on that side.
We just thought to show light on the vision of Ghanaian President Akufo Addo. So if you want to be a part of it, you have a point. You can call us now on 0777 105 100, 0777 105 100, 0555 105 100. Are the numbers you can use this afternoon and be a part of this evening and be a part of the conversation. We have our very first caller right here. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. Your name, where you join us from?
My name is Leva and I from People.
Okay, let's hear you, man. Welcome.
Hello, guys. I just want to appreciate you guys the afternoon. I didn't really follow the speech from the Ghanaian president, but I've listened to the both of you, your analysis, right? You guys have just said it all. Sometimes I sit and wonder, like, some of us who've been to the classroom, we go and read our cultural history and Africa at large. You kind of wonder, a person with a rational mind will sit down and like, come on, what did our people do? Come on. Let's Firestone, for example. For record ages to be here, like the brother saying, not a condom to be produced in Liberia here.
Imagine.
All the robbers our people being used, the soil being used, we can benefit nothing.
Not at all.
And our leaders from record ages, they've been here. All the other big companies that they born my people, you talking about Lanco.
Yeah.
And I know another one they used to call LAC.
Yeah, LAC.
I mean, come on, man. All the minerals the people took from the place. Yes, Liberia, we can say we are the oldest African country. It's a shame.
It's a big shame, ma'am.
It's a shame. Come on, you telling you like for example, your parents got like 7 or 10 children. You are the oldest among them. But then you got nothing to show. All your little brothers and sisters, they go better than you. They can't even somewhere load a big brother or big sister. They're knocking your chest. I'm the oldest. Come on, man. I mean, it's just a shame. But we bless God that people of our generation are now thinking, our eyes are opening, and we're thinking about bettering ourselves as African Liberian.
Okay.
Thank you for the show, guys.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Let's get this person through. Good afternoon.
Good day.
Yes, you live. Your name, where you join us from?
I'm just calling for this machine to be type Palano.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
You know, my brother said that I know the square off. I don't really understand it. I'm saying, my brother. That's what I say for how many 100 years plus. And I go back and you don't go time, you don't know people. They indicate one time here. Everything they carry it. That's why I say, okay, I'll say, and then they are just send us to you.
Yeah.
So, go for people. Tell me now, what kind of people are here?
Yeah, the people say at least you get one factory now that will be producing. Then you say no, the man. Yeah, you criticize the man because you criticize the man because it didn't happen. I don't know. I just. Okay, my brother. Thank you so much. Let's get this person through. Good evening. Okay, 0777 105 100. 0777 105 100, 0555 105 100, 0555 105 100 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation this evening. Good evening, welcome.
Yeah, good evening. It is Momo K Power calling you from New Matari Estate.
Let's hear you, Momo.
Yeah, you know, our country need to look up to. See, one of the problems that we really need to look up to, you see, the Freemason, the Masonic crap that is built in our nation. That today, if we become a government official, you got to join our society. And if you join our society, nothing good you will ever do for your nation or for yourself. You just live a useless life, and you just make the people who behind you to live a useless life. See, America is the cause for our suffering in this nation. How will America get Firestone here, cannot produce anything, the government cannot talk nothing about it? Why will America would be in this country, will be suffering from development where America is well developed? Everyone is fighting to go in America and they have the embassy here. Nothing good they're doing for us. So why will we continue to look out to America? America don't want to see us growing up. America don't want the nation to develop. America is a cause for our suffering. It's not Liberian. You know, they brought division among us. They make us to hate one another. They make us to have different analysis, different understanding that for we Liberian now. To find another Liberian will be talking this, other won't be talking this. We're not together. But in other countries, people are together. They pack one another. But for Liberia, we go against one another. And America is the cause. See, so we'll continue to talk and God will help our nation be a better nation.
Thank you so much, my brother. 0777 105 100 0777 105 100 0555 105 100 are the numbers you can use to be a part of the conversation. Good evening. Your name, where you join us from? Good evening. Good evening. This person is not ready yet. Let me go back to line 1. Good evening.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening. Your name, where you join us from?
From the New Jersey Bell.
Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yes, I really follow your story so much in place. And besides our brother Jetty, who could not be as a Liberian, is this thing still not going on? It's still going on, my brother. Thank you.
If you say going on, what do you mean?
I mean, we still not certain time. We've been talking this thing since 15 years, 20 years ago.
But Jetty,
yeah,
so Jetty has come.
What will we really get on there to start doing something?
Jetty has come now. You have a processing plant in Liberia for the first time.
Yeah, 100. Jetty is doing very important for Liberia. We agree. But we've been talking this past 14 years, since 20 years ago. They ain't doing nothing. And what step are we taking against government towards them to start the process?
That's the problem. Our past leaders, they've not done well for us.
We agree. But we've been having leaders that have been saying this for the past 20 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much. We are on the same path. We've been having leaders who've been saying anything for 20 years. They've not done anything. But we here still. You can call us 0777 105 100 0555 105 100. The program is the Hard Talk. Joe Wonder and Jefferson Weah. Good evening. This line seems to be okay. Good evening.
Yes. Good sir.
Yes, your name and where you join us from?
I'm Brother George calling from Coventry.
Welcome, George. Let's hear you.
Yes, it is a good news for me to hear that Jetty want to, to manufacture things here. But let me just tell you about the Jetty man. Jetty is not improving the life of the Liberian people. Nobody should think
no, hello.
Hello,
Hello, we are not, the thing is not about Jetty. It is in fact about Africa, improving Africa. It is not about what Jetty is doing for you. Jetty not to know. We're not talking about workers Jetty know.
Yes.
I mean, he's speaking about Africa.
It's the entire African region.
Tell him we so first to man for 100 years.
Yes,
100 years.
So Firestone has been in Liberia. Other companies have been in Liberia. They have all along.
I don't care what you do, it will come back to our leaders. But the people want us to call the leader than me.
Who are the
We
leaders?
don't want to involve the leaders, and the leaders are the ones signing the agreement with the companies.
So call the leaders. Who are the leaders?
What the leaders tell the company to do when somebody can work in your country, what you tell them to do, that what do we do?
So need some of those leaders. Let's hear you. Go ahead. That's why you're here. But it's not about Jetty. 077710510 077710510 055510510. It is not about Jetty treating you bad. No, we're not discussing Jetty treating you bad or Jetty. Our topic is not even on Jetty. We're talking about concession companies that have been in Liberia, in Africa, as a matter of fact.
Mm-hmm.
Just on yesterday, world leaders gathered at the 78th session of the United Nations General Assembly. Each of them had minutes allotted to them to speak, address world leaders, address your colleagues, tell them about your country, progress you've made, challenges, and what can you do. It is not about Jetty, my brother. Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing, Mr. Gray?
Yes, sir.
Cinco.
Okay, from Cinco. Welcome. Let's hear you.
Yeah. You know, the Ghana president, they should have speak all the things along, yeah, you know, but if you try when they start on Niger, on overthrow, and putting invite the begin to a place where them is our 32-year-old soldiers. So the guy said, oh, the time you're getting our money, don't tell your country now, African country, you don't do anything there. I heard the president of the guy who reaching here with how the country place, what it was, okay, and be factory in Africa, any part of Africa. That way, for more people now, supporting the Russian government now. That's what happening. America now hasn't been anything I think for us. They just come and take our thing and carry free, and we still want to go there. So I have to tell you, gentlemen, thank you for your topic.
Thank you so much. We're still here. Let's get this person through. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening again.
Good
This
evening.
is Mo Keba,
Mo, let's hear you second time.
Yeah, you know, we have so much to say, but the time we have to talk is less hour. You see, one of the problems for we the African, we fail to realize where we come from. Africa, yes, Africa, we believe in farming. Our forefathers used to farm. But this day now, people don't want to farm again. The European have brought the way of living now in Africa now.
Yeah, the Western life.
In office, go do office job, where the forests are wasting. Just imagine our travel last year, I saw a lot of forests.
No, Lofa is rich, my brother. I've been there several times. Lofa is rich. But everybody is in Monserrato now.
People are doing the city.
Everybody in Monserrato, in Monrovia.
So unless we realize that we are farmer and that the only way we'll be developed because we got to go back to our root. This is our root. It's not about computer. Go sit now, go sit now, be on computer all day. Sit now, be on money to job all day. Sit now, in test, you travel all day. What would you care? You like nothing will continue to be poor.
That's technology, my brother. The war has to change. The war is changing anyways. Okay, thank you so much. We're still here. I don't think so. The person, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Joe.
So the situation is that we you see, they say he's account with equity, more account with clean hand. We are not here talking about individual.
Yeah.
The fact that I said to you, Jetty said I am Indian by paper.
Yes. But by blood?
By blood, I'm a Liberian.
Liberian is in my heart.
It's a lie.
It's a good, but you see, it's not only that. Before even I started knowing this man when he started visiting the prison center.
Oh,
do you know what it means? Every time
Yeah.
the man will go to the prison centers, go to the slum communities, and then cater to Liberians.
Meanwhile, you got your so-called millionaires in this country.
Typical Liberians
that can't feed the prisoners at our prison. They can't do that. They can't have a party.
They are the same people that will go to the people say,
thank you.
In the ghettos, you can't afford. But Jetty can go feed the people.
Jetty can go feed them.
Jetty is not looking for he's not contesting for our president.
Not even sweeping jobs.
He's not even thinking.
Eh? but somebody want to tell you, say, Jetty that bad man.
No, go to
In recent time, top-notch manufacturing cars company in America,
Yeah.
they on strike.
Yeah.
Because the employee says that, oh, we are seeing you making trillions of dollars and you're giving up peanuts.
Peanuts.
So wait, how you call that one in America?
Yeah.
Is it bad labor? Is it bad labor in America that preaches democracy? No, Liberians, let us read. Let's go beyond what we hear and what we see with our eyes.
Look, Joe, what Nana is doing is a good thing.
It is good.
African leaders, including our own president,
Of course,
must see the need as well to sit around the table and push the same interest.
If you ask
talk
me
about the same thing.
If you ask me, I would have said to President Weah, you don't need to go there and trumpet Liberia, democracy, whatever the case may be. You are when you look at history, the first Black independent African country on the continent.
Yeah,
I would say, you're supposed to be preaching the gospel of these things to say, look, reparation, yes, we need our benefit because you took our resources away, you took our parents away to build your country. You should have joined rank with Akufo-Addo. Say, he and myself, we blend our 30 minutes together to talk about it. I gave 15 minutes to talk. Myself, I thought the same thing. If you ask me, because this is all new to be telling the Americans.
But I think the
Europeans. I'm just saying that. I'm not saying what the president said.
I mean he strikes some point when you talk about the biodiversity, the climate change.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So I am saying that holistically.
Yes.
Other than what they're supposed to go and demand from the Americans.
Yeah, but
demand from the Asians.
But then
demand from everybody.
I think what should have been done is that in my mind, before going,
you have a color there?
Yeah, call has not coming. I think before going there, I think they all African leaders should have sat down, called for a roundtable meeting.
Feedback. Is it a call feedback or what?
It's not from here. Should have gotten
where the feedback is coming from.
It's Fidel. Okay, Fidel is calling me.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to get to our guests. I'm not getting our guests actually.
Yeah. So Joe. So let me just see if I can get to Fidel.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So that's a situation that we're talking about the Africans. But let's squeeze in more calls from you people. 077-105-100 and 055-105-100 number to call. You can call and be live in studio with us here. We're talking about the issues that had to do with skies on Africa should not remain sky on anybody's conscience. All right. He said, no matter how generous is the charity has its own reward. So those things that what we're talking about is what we're talking about today. So I hope you all understand exactly where we're coming from with this whole thing. I'm not getting our guests, our last guest for today. I'm not getting our last guest. So it's kind of like, I don't know. Yeah. My phone is telling me that she's out of coverage area. Or whatever the case may be, but are we getting more calls there? Sorry. I got you off.
Yeah, so I just I mean, we just been alerted that the Minister of Education program, it should be at 5. Unfortunately, it should be on Monday, yes, but I think they're here already.
Okay.
Yeah. So let me just take this call. Then
all right.
Yeah.
But
then
but they included on
yeah, they did not. It was they should have been here on Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, but then they did not. We didn't get notice. It just
okay.
Yeah, so just been told. Yeah,
okay. So but the main date is Monday.
Yeah, it's every Monday.
Okay.
Yeah, but they're here already.
All right.
So
no problem. So let's try to see what we can wrap up quickly.
Yeah.
And
so we just
we can usher them in.
Yeah. All is that the thing is African leaders should. I mean, working line, see the need that our economy, the entire region, the region, is time that we build our economy so that we don't depend wholly and solely on the West.
Right.
Let's have a one Africa, just as late President Gaddafi, thought on doing.
And I would say to you, there was no reason why you kill Gaddafi when you know fully well you will come back to what Gaddafi said in time past. Because you look at Gaddafi like somebody who the West talk that he was a problem for them. Not known. You will sing the same chorus tomorrow at the war stage,
sure.
level. Like what is meant done now by Akufo-Addo.
Okay.
It's not belated per se, but audience, we will have to transition because our how to call it, educational matter people, they are here. So by 5:30 exact, they will be ushering them in to come and do their program. But actually, it's every Monday at 5 o'clock.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the time allotted for them. But because they didn't come, so we thought to just cut short our own program to usher them in. So with that said, we want to say thank you all very much for being there today, and we will be back when tomorrow.
Tuesday.
Next
Tuesday. So we're taking our break.
We're taking our weekend break.
Our weekend break.
Yeah, and then tomorrow, Anthony Jiffan and
Theo Williams
will be here tomorrow to do their part of the bargain. So be our guest. Thank you for being there, and of course, Naira will take us home.
It's It's narrow. Teeth and tongue can fret, but they can still eat fish and cookies together. You from the other side, I from this side, we can still dance together. Let's come together, betting the peace. Liberia is all we have. Oh. Popole, la gloire mon Dieu mo. Aïe ba popole, la gloire mon Dieu mo. The time we take to cause trouble, we should take that time to do something constructive in unity. Mama Liberia need us. Mama Liberia. You know that education is value. Mama told me to send my daughter to school. Mama told me to send my daughter to school. She also helped me to send my daughter to school. The good education is good. So my people just send to school. I told my brother to send his daughter to school. I told my sister to send his daughter to school. I told my sister to send his daughter.
Of course, education is so good. It's fantastic, great. And of course, if you are in Liberia at this time, we are on 105.7 FM. It's ABC Radio. Of course, today is the first edition of the program, Education to You, Education for You. So we are here every Monday for 1 4 hour to bring you the updates from the Ministry of Education, Republic of Liberia. My name is J. Maxine Bleaton. I am your host and producer of this program, Education for You. So if you are out there and you are listening right now in your vehicle, in your house, and on your way home, we want you to tune your radio louder a little bit so that those from the bike can benefit from this program for you. The program is entitled Education for You. So it's education for you, your generation, your children, and for all of you in the Vigo right now finding your way home today. We want to say many thanks to Fidel and the rest of the team here at ABC Radio. So professional, so decent, so sophisticated, very remarkable. We want to say bravo to this team. The studio is colorful, very decent, very clean, and acoustic. I want to say congratulations to the wonderful team here at ABC and the management of this station. Thank you for affording us the opportunity for this education program. It's entitled Education for You. So today edition is the beginning of our program. We're supposed to be on Monday, but because of some circumstances beyond our control, we've come here today on Thursday. But just remember, every Monday we will be on 105.7 FM to bring you a lot of information from the Ministry of Education. So today we'll be bringing you some needed information to have you equipped, because if you are not knowledgeable, you will not know what to do and how to do what to do. So when you are informed, when you are equipped, when you are furnished with the information, then of course you will know what to say, how to say what to say, and how to do what to do, because you are furnished, you are informed, you are sophisticated, and you are up to the task. So I want to say good afternoon and welcome to all of you. Education for You is the program right now. J. Max Singleton, I'm right here on your dial. Let's take a break and we'll return. We'll go directly into our today's edition of the program, Education for You.
My mother for me, that was sending to school. My father for me, that was sending to school. Even they send me to learn how to sing. My people singing the same as I do. You go your education, you go. You go your education, you go. For me, can't everything you're giving to school. For me, can't everything you're giving to school. Get my can't everything you're giving to school.
There's some beautiful music. I love this music. And it's on 105.7 ABC Radio. And of course, we are broadcasting from the nation's capital, Monrovia, Liberia, on Broad Street. I want to say good evening and good afternoon, good morning to all of you. Wheresoever you are listening to this beautiful day, I want to say you are wholeheartedly welcome from the bottom part of our heart. You are just wonderful. It's a pleasure to be on your direct here to give you updates from the Ministry of Education. Today, we want to start like this, and we'll take the music down, and we hope you listening and listening well. Please invite someone to listen along with you. Take your pen and papers so that we take down some necessary and wonderful information for the growth and development of Mama Liberia. So all schools in the Republic of Liberia has already opened. On September 4, 2023, all schools in the Republic of Liberia, both public and private schools, were instructed to open. And we are very grateful to all of our professionals, wonderful, decent, sophisticated school administrators who abide by the rules and regulations and the directive of the Ministry of Education to open their school doors on September 4, 2023. As we speak, classes are ongoing throughout the length and breadth of the Republic of Liberia. And we have been receiving a lot of complaints from parents. So we are also appealing to school administrators to continue their registration until the end of September. All school administrators throughout the Republic of Liberia, we are appealing to you to kindly continue registration up to the end of September. To afford other parents who are now up to the tax, financially equipped, financially potent, to be able to register their children or their kids. The Ministry of Education is appealing to school administrators throughout the Republic of Liberia to continue registration while classes are ongoing simultaneously. The registration continues until the end of September 2023. Okay. While classes are ongoing, we're asking Joe Warner to please remain. Maybe after that, we'll have some conversation. While classes are ongoing, we will take break on October 6th. October 6th will be on Friday. October 6th will be on Friday, right after school. We are taking this break because of the pending elections in the Republic of Liberia. We are sensitive and very sensational about the elections in the Republic of Liberia. So we are calling on all school administrators throughout the length and breadth of the Republic of Liberia to please make sure that on October 6th, which will be on Friday afternoon after school, you gave the children their break. There will be suspension of classes on October 6th. That October 6th will allow our students, teachers, parents, and others who did their registration in other counties and other areas of their choice to enable them to go to the various localities so that on the 10th of October, which will be on Tuesday, they will be able to wake up and go to the area of voting and cast their vote for the person they so desire. So we are very sensitive to the plight of your freedom. We are also sensitive to your right. We are not going to infringe on your right. We are educated people. We are professional people. So schools open right now from September 4, and we will be taking break on October 6th to enable all of you to go to your areas where you did your registration, to enable you get prepared to go to vote on Tuesday morning, which will be on October 10th, 2023. After voting on Tuesday, we gave you additional 5 days to spend some time with your brothers and sisters, to play some checker and ludus and play some football. After service on Sunday, we expect all of you to return to your classes on Monday, the 16th of October, 2023. Classes immediately begin. So we'll ask some of the teachers to even give their quizzes on Monday, some of the teachers to even give some classwork on Monday, because we expect after voting, you return to your classes because you already vote right in your mind. Now go prepare for your future. Don't eat your future for today. Go back to your classes on October 16th. Official classes resume on October 16, 2023. Good. The Ministry of Education also instructs all schools in the Republic of Liberia, if you are giving information sheet out, you should be very, very general in that you should stipulate, you should state, you should write all information financially from registration to graduation in your information sheet. From registration to graduation, every activity of your school should be mentioned in the academic bulletin or academic information sheet or brochure of your school. If the parent is potent enough, financially potent, to send their child to school A or to your school, they will endorse your information sheet and they will send their children to your school. Any information that is not mentioned in the bulletin or in your information sheet should not be imposed on parents. We want you to please be very, very careful as to the thing you impose on the children. Parents are not prepared to just be giving money to school anyhow and anyway. No. School should be very systematic. You should plan your activities financially. If the parent, the father, the mother, the sister, the sponsor, the guardian take that information sheet, they should calculate all the financial, implications. Then when they come with the total, they say, yes, I am potent enough financially to send my child to this school or that school. And they will go and pay. But do not take parents by surprise. Any financial information that is not mentioned in your information sheet or brochure or in your bulletin given to the parent should not be imposed on the parents subsequently. That is not professional. It is unethical and unacceptable. So please make sure that from day one, from the beginning of the year to the end of the year, your information financially should be stated, should be stipulated, should be written in the academic calendar or bulletin that will be distributed or given to parents in or for that school. I hope it's understood. Good. Let me give you information for public schools. This one is restricted to public schools throughout the Republic of Liberia. Please listen and take your pen and papers. We don't want people to exploit people or take advantage of people because they are not knowledgeable. We are showing you the light so that you can follow. Somebody say, Ministry of Education can talk the thing, can follow. Our detail, my TOR, is to disseminate the information that is factual, accurate, balanced from the Ministry of Education that is approved and sanctioned by the senior management team under the direct supervision of Professor Dian Sosone, so that we show you the light and know what to do. You can't be a parent or educator and just pay any money anyhow. No, that means you're just wasting your money. You should know how you're paying the money, for what reason you're paying your money, whether it is approved by the Ministry of Education. You should be very, very careful how you spend your money because money is very difficult to get. Public schools throughout the Republic of Liberia. Early childhood education, ABC, preschool, in the Republic of Liberia, public school, preschool, early childhood education, the children from 2, 3, 4, 5 years old. If you carry them to any public school in the Republic of Liberia, Sano, Magibi, River G, River Cess, Grand Cru, Maryland, Lofa, Bapulu, Cape Town, Bombing, Nimba, and the rest of the counties, please make sure you are supposed to pay 3,500 Liberian dollars for the whole academic year for early childhood education in public schools. In all public schools in the Republic of Liberia, early childhood education, you're supposed to pay 3,500 Liberian dollars for the entire year. I hope you're listening. From first grade to sixth grade, from first grade to sixth grade in the public school or government school, from first grade to sixth grade, the money you pay for the entire year is 1,000 Liberian dollars flat. 1,000 Liberian dollars for the whole year. So no registration for first semester, no registration for second semester. When you pay that 1,000 Liberian dollars, it's for the whole year, from first grade to sixth grade. And we'll ask our journalists and this institution to work along with us to expose the bad apples that want to undermine the progress of the Ministry of Education. Good. Take note. From 7th grade to 9th grade, in public school / government school, 2,000 Liberian dollars for the whole year. From 7th grade to 9th grade, for public school / government school in the Republic of Liberia, $2,000 for the whole year. 2,000 Liberian dollars for the whole year. From 10th grade to 12th grade, in public school / government school in the Republic of Liberia, 3,000 Liberian dollars for the entire academic year. I hope you're listening. From first grade to 6th grade, 1,000 Liberian dollars in all public schools. From 7th grade to 9th grade, 2,000 Liberian dollars in public school for the whole year. From 10th grade to 12th grade, 3,000 Liberian dollars for the whole year. ABC, early childhood education, 3,500 Liberian dollars. The reason is they have to buy soap, they have to buy tissue, they have to, get some caretakers, more than 2, 3, so that they take care of them. Those little kids, they are very troublesome. So they get to work with them, buy them some bed and buy them some towel and other things like that. So this is why we carry them up to 3,500 Liberian dollars for the whole year. We hope you understand it. The next one, we want you to understand the dress code of our teachers. The dress code of our teachers. According to the code of conduct of the Ministry of Education, we have special way for teachers or school administrators to dress. There should be no round neck t-shirt on campus or campuses. For our teachers, there should be no round neck t-shirt or short trousers or bathroom slippers for our teachers on campus. Your beard shouldn't be overgrown. Shave your beard. Dress neatly. Press your clothes or iron your clothes. Your clothes can't just be rumpled. You take your clothes, maybe you get black shirt. Under your black shirt, you get all kind of white spot, and you go in the classroom. Then you will cause the student to be laughing at you. When you take your coat to wear, make sure you check it well before rush be walking on your neck while you're teaching in the classroom, or rush be flying from your coat while you're teaching in the classroom. It will cause disruption, it will cause obstruction, people will be disturbing, and children will be causing noise in the classroom. It is because a rush fly from your coat or rush is walking on your neck in your coat before the classroom. So please be careful. No teacher should wear skin tight trouser GQ. No teacher should wear skin tight trouser or GQ to go to school. Your trousers should rest on your shoes. You should press your trouser and dress neatly and decently so that the children will imitate your dress code. Sometimes the way you dress is how the children address you. Don't be the cause for the class to be upside down. I hope you understand. No teacher is supposed to drink and get drunk and go on campus. No teacher is supposed to get drunk and go on campus. If you are drunk, please don't go on our school campuses. Remain out. That day, it means you absent. No teacher is supposed to transfer aggression to our students. If you are discouraged or disappointed or you're not feeling comfortable, don't go to school. Because if you go to school under stress, you will not be able to interact with our children professionally. When they ask you questions, you will say, If you don't understand, stay on it. Don't make me air my frustration on you. No. It is your responsibility to cater for our kids. It is your responsibility to teach them and answer all their questions. This is why they are going to school. Take the sense from the nonsense and let them know what is good for them for the future of Mama Liberia. No teacher should carry silent weapons on campus. No teacher should carry cigarette on campus. No teacher should carry knife, or no teacher should go on campus with armless t-shirt. You wear something like a t-shirt they call muscle arm t-shirt. No, you can't wear that type of t-shirt and carry them on our campus or campuses. Dress neatly, be responsible, be decent, so that our children will come up decently and be responsible citizens. I hope you understanding. To our female teacher, this is for you. Your attachment should not be too long to drop on your bottom. Your attachment should be real decent, very professional, a little bit short. You can be, you know, you are professional already. You know how to dress. I don't need to teach you because you are female. Female are decent people, are peculiar people, are special people, are sophisticated people, and very professional people. So I just want to emphasize on some of the female that mistakenly they will just put that attachment in their hair. If you're a teacher, you can put attachment in your hair. You get color blue, color green, color pink, color black, color white. You teaching what you teaching. What thing you want from the student? You teacher, you want to put attachment in your hair. It should be one color short. We want you to follow it. It is from the code of conduct. We want our school system to be unique. We want our children to come up good and take the mantle of authority and steer the affairs of this state. You know, when you educate a lady, you educate a nation. So women are so wonderful and precious to our heart. This is why in Africa, especially in Liberia, women are highly respected in our society. We hope you're following suit. To the women again, your skirt should not be too short, so that when you stand before the student, mistakenly when the chalk drops from you, you will not be able to bend down to take the chalk. How will you feel when you wear a very short skirt and then you write in mistakenly the chalk drop from your hand? How will you bend down to take that chalk? When you bend down some kind of way, the children will be disturbing. It is you that caused the children to disturb because of your dress code. You embarrass yourself and you embarrass the class and you make the class to be very embarrassed. And some of the children, their eyes can be controlled. I need to talk all about that one. You know what I mean? So please dress decently. And my advice to all women, whether student or not, when you go on the street, put backings on your even if that trouser, put backings there. Nobody know what will happen on the street. If that sky, wear backings. Black backings is preferable. Black backings is preferable. I'm a father. I know what I'm speaking. Sometimes your message can change time. Who knows? Let's be responsible. Do not cause the children to laugh. They laugh. They're not supposed to laugh. I hope you understand. This has been very rational. No offense to any lady. But we have to educate our upcoming generation. Now, to the students. So to the women, please dress neatly. Your attachment, color it down a little bit. One color is enough. Don't put stone in your nose. Don't put stone on your tongue. Don't put stone on your lip. What are you doing the one for? What are you putting anger chin for? What you want to show to the children? You put all kind of beans on your anger you're going to teach. All kind of beans on your head. When you're going to teach, you must take all that thing. We don't want our children then to follow that thing. Maybe you know what kind of society you in. But the children don't know. They will think that faction and they start using it unknowingly. But you know what kind of society you in or what part of what I think is benefiting you. When you want to teach, you have to follow our guidelines and our policies and our regulations. If you know you can't obey or abide by these things, it is advisable that you kindly resign from teaching. It is advisable that you kindly resign from teaching. Because if you are a teacher, you will not be able to smoke on campus. You will not be able to carry cigarette on campus. You will not be able to drink on campus. You will not be able to get drunk and go on campus. You will not be able to love to students. You will not be able to have sex with students. You will not be able to take money from students for grade. No sex for grade. All these things, you can't stand it. We're asking you, the teacher, please respectfully resign before we name and shame you. No teacher is supposed to be trading grade for sex. No teacher is supposed to be trading grade for money. No teacher is supposed to give assignment. You say put money in the assignment. It is unethical and unacceptable. Please be professional. If you can't obey all these things, it is better you resign. Because you're standing before children, they want to be like you. Teacher, stop wearing t-shirt with all kind of slogan. I want to see you there. Let's meet at that point. Let's do the same thing. What thing you doing? I want to see you there. Where? You see that kind of thing? So the t-shirt you wear, please read the right thing on the t-shirt. We beg you. Our children are peculiar to us. They are our high screen. They're precious to us. They are our future. This is why we don't sleep. We send them to school. Let me bring this one. Latecomers. When the children come to school late, don't put them outside. You don't know the problem the children are faced with. Some of the children, they are staying with their aunt. They're staying with their uncle. They're staying with their step-parents. Some of them staying with their biological parents. But you don't know the job they can do before coming to school. And in Monrovia, traffic can jam sometimes. When the children come late, please ask them. Don't just lock a gate and say you're not entering. Where are you sending the children when they not enter school? When they go back home, mommy and daddy not home. Where do you expect them to go? Sometimes they are vulnerable. If you put the child outside because they went late, maybe they are frustrated psychologically, they are disturbed. Maybe they're crossing the road, motorbike knock them down. It is you, the school preparator, or the school administrator, that harm or make the motorbike to hit the child. Or if the child is not lucky, walking frustrated, and the car hit that child and die instantly. It is you, the school preparator, you, the school administrator, you, the dean of student, standing to the gate with switch to switch the children, and they were intimidated. They were afraid of you. They went home. So while crossing the road, they were hit and killed. You will take the blame. You are evil and you are wicked. You need to stop that. If you don't have guiding counselor at your schools, the best thing you do, you train some of them. You train some of them so that they inquire from the children. Just imagine, Joe. Recently, there was a lady that was moving one of the school. I will not call the name. The lady was crying bitterly, a whole uniform soaked with tears. I said, "What happened?" He said, "I came from my house. My aunt and her uncle fought last night, and the man was taken to the hospital. This morning, while getting prepared to come to school, my aunt told me she's not feeling well. I should prepare hot water to care to the man to the hospital, and I will come back and cook a while or quicker. Oh, then I will carry her daughter to school. Then I come back to get prepared to go to school. And when I came while rushing to school, I slipped and I fell. And I have to come and change my uniform. When I went back to school for the teacher to ask me, the teacher said, I'm not entering the fence. So the teacher closed the gate on me, like while I'm crying. And a lot of things coming up in my mind. Should I go on the street? Should I escape? What should I do? I've been rejected to the home and also been rejected in the school. What else should I do? You imagine that? You need to have trained counselors to talk with these children. There are a lot of things that happen to the children. Some of the children don't eat in the morning. Some of the children have to carry their parents in the market. They are late children to school before they come and make water, and they have to stay in line to draw water. time is going. And when they get on the motorbike, the traffic is jammed. Before they enter the school campus, time is up. Then you tell them not to enter the fence. You discourage them. You disappoint them. You make them to grieve. Please learn to talk with your children and make them a productive and decent citizens tomorrow. Until then, we'll stop here for today. When we come next time, we got a lot of things to say. We'll talk about Gala Day. We'll talk about uniform. You'll talk about graduation. We'll talk about class party. We'll talk about teacher appreciation. We'll talk about all these things. So we want to say thank you for listening. This is just and the beginning of education for you on 105.7 on ABC Radio. With this, we want to say thank you so much. Joanna, you want to talk one or two things? If not, then of course we can call it a day for this edition of the program on behalf of the senior management team of the Ministry of Education under the direct supervision of Professor D. Ansu Sodin. My name is J. Maxine Bleaton, your producer of this program on 105.7 ABC Radio. Please follow us every Monday on this program. Goodbye, good luck, God bless you.
My people singing,